Thursday Night Live. Happy Thursday Night Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all. Thank my YouTube family. Thank all you foxy ladies. I want to say one foxy lady. Hey, foxy lady, you love me? You love me, foxy lady? Can you spend a night? I bet you kick it. So, hey, foxy lady, you love me? So, uh, the reason I have been on here, we've been having bad weather. And March here where I live is what they call Tornado Alley. They put out tornado warnings in my area within 50 miles of me, or 30 miles, because, Seymour is about miles away. So I didn't want to get on YouTube last night because I want to watch the TV, the weather report, and all this. And I did have a flood in my yard again. So that's why has been on here the past couple of nights. Because of the bad weather. And got to make a road trip sometime tomorrow, I guess. And it was night, maybe Tuesday night. It got hot in here. I think so. Yesterday was Wednesday. So Tuesday night, it got up to 80 degrees in here. 75 to 80 degrees in the house. I was cooking. My son was cooking. It got hot. Thought I was going to have to turn the air conditioner on, but I didn't want to do that. So I had the window open over here. I had the one in the living room and the two in the kitchen open. And then my son had his open in his bedroom. And it just got hot. So I appreciate you people for joining me and watching videos. And you people who watch my videos when I'm not live, can you please subscribe to me when I'm not live? Let me get my watch hours up. And I know once I get monetized and I make money off of monetized, I'm going to have to, taxes on it. So I'm looking forward to it. Ha ha. But let's see if I can show my kitty cats. It's Alexi and Margaret. Alexi is Margaret's granddaughter. It's grandma and granddaughter. She's kind of helping her out, trying to teach her how to be a good kitty cat. And it's pretty good, trying to be a good kitty cat. Let's see if I can show you Kathy if I don't. See, there's Kathy. Hello, Brandon. There's Kathy. That's Margaret, second baby from her second litter, and Alex is her firstborn from her first litter. Kathy is Margaret's second born in the second litter. Hello, Jacob. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brandon. I just subscribed to your channel. So, hello, my favorite grandson. Yeah, you got Jacob there. He's in Canada. He's in Canada. He's in Canada. We got up to the 50s today. My birdies. I filled my bird feeder up yesterday. I think it's a big bird feeder, 2 pounds of bird seed, something like that. I think it's one that holds. When we had the snow there, I about every day. I heard them Maine Coon cats is huge cats. I forget somebody on here on my YouTube channel has them too. They're big kitty cats. They make 2 of my kitty cats. Those Maine cats, they're big kitty cats. My kitty cat's doing okay, Jacob. I found out something yesterday. I didn't know Canada had that the United States has up in Canada. Um, what? I forget what they call it. Oh, female. That's all the cats in here. They're all female. All my tomcats is dead, except for my outside kitty cat. I got about 15, 20 outside. In, ambassador, not ambassador, or American ambassador, or not ambassador. The government building they got there for the USA ambassador. I didn't know we had anything like that in Canada. And, I didn't even know that, Jacob. I got these 5 in here. Margaret just came out of heat. Maybe, or your cat's dead, but you're like, no, I got 5 inside cats. They're alive. Hello, Jessica. Hello, my friend. I got 5 female cats in the house that's alive. The tomcats I had have died over the 8 years I live here. I got probably 15 or 20 outside cats. Okay. Have a good day, grandson. My day went pretty good. I've been sweeping. My son fixed a pizza for supper. Because I bought two large or two house pizzas. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I bought me a pumpkin pie. Well, what was that? Maybe Monday or Saturday? Maybe it was Saturday. A pumpkin pie with Cool Whip. And like my son, he got a pecan pie. I said, did you cook it? He said, no. But I had to cook my pumpkin pie. I figured you just buy it and start eating it, but it says to cook it. I didn't know that. I learned something new. You know, I haven't had pumpkin pie in probably 15, 20 years. You know, my mom used to fix pumpkin pies from scratch. You know, she had this big round thing that sits in like a stand. You had your wooden thing. You put your pumpkin in it, and you stir it and bring it out through those little tiny holes. I wish I had that. But what I like to find at the grocery store, pudding pie. I love persimmon pie. And I haven't had any over 8 years, probably 10 years. Because when I lived there in Charlestown, the woman next door, an older lady, she's dead now. Her name was Miss Pelcher. She fixed me some persimmon pudding with whipped cream on it. Maybe, I think it was 4 pieces if I remember right. And I ate it. I saw her the next day. I said, Miss Pelcher, where did you learn how to cook persimmon pudding? She said, why? I said, it tastes like my mother's and my grandmother's persimmon pudding. Her head got so big, she told her daughter and grandkids, I made her feel good. It did taste like my mother's and my grandma's persimmon pudding. Jessica Atkins. May I ask you, you don't have to tell me. No, Jessica, the other Jessica. The first Jessica Atkins. Did you have any family that maybe lived in Charlestown years ago? I remember some Atkins. I believe it used to live in Charlestown. I believe. I think it was the man. Superman. Thank you, Franklin. Beech Grove. Beech Grove, Kentucky, I would say. I know where Beech Grove, Kentucky is. I've been there a few times. Okay. Thank you, Franklin. And people, you know the rules. No hate crimes, stuff like that. No bad words. And no hate crimes. I don't care what color your skin. Well, I like roast beef. I love fried chicken. I love meatloaf the way my mom fixed it. I think she made it with onions and oats and I forget what else. And I'm trying to think, make dressing. I miss my mom dressing. Only thing I can dressing is that what is it? Stove stuff is about as close as I can get to it, but it's nothing like the way my mom made it. Jessica Atkins, I just described to you to help you get, I guess I'll be your 20th subscriber. Don't, well, my dad, Jessica, died in April of 92. Hello, Matthew. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to my YouTube family. And he been dead since 92. I missed him. And mom died, I think, February of 17, I think. She was 101. And, I miss my mom and dad. Christmas hasn't been the same since mom and dad passed away. And let you know, people that's new, I'm 71 plus years old. 4 heart attacks, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, back problems, and on a fixed income around 900 and something. It's hard. I own my own house. They take my house payment out of my account. And they got what they call an escrow account. And some of it goes in there to pay my homeowner's insurance. And the other part of my escrow account is taxes. And it's hard to survive on a fixed income. It's hard. It's hard to live on a fixed income because time I pay my $100 a month on kitty cats to buy food. I don't know. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's see something. I'm going to, and if you don't mind, Jessica, I just made you a standard moderator because I need more ladies on here because I got Joanne and I had Sherry and a bunch of others, but those other three ladies I got hasn't been on here since probably December. And since I just made you a new moderator, what I said, I don't mind kids being on here. The only thing I tell the kids, I usually go live between 9 and 10 o'clock at night. That's what, because I've tried morning time, afternoon time, and this time of night. And sometimes I go 7 days a week, but I done took off 3 days this week because the last 2 or 3 days I had bad weather. We had tornadoes within 50 miles of my house. And I live in what they call Tornado Alley. Since you live in, I was going to say Kentucky, Henryville, which is the 19-mile marker of I-65. Back in 2017, I think it was, we had tornadoes that came through Henryville, Charlestown, Otisco, Scottsburg, New Washington, Charlestown, and in Henryville, back there when that tornado came through, it turned over a couple of school buses, took the roof off of Henryville High School, and stuff like that. Hey, that's pretty good, Forrest Gump, because I watched that movie, Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump. Like a box of chocolates. And I love Forrest Gump. Right now on TV is, what is that? I got to see what? 911 Nashville is one I'm watching. And the captain on 911 Nashville, he played an NCIS Louisiana, New Orleans with pride, and he got shot and died. He's the captain on 911 Nashville. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, Oreo's good. Hershey, I love Hershey candy bars. I had one first part of the week. when I used to drive an 18-wheeler, I had a delivery in Hershey, Pennsylvania. While I was making delivery, I asked him, I said, I'm not getting smart. I said, I want to know, do you all have any fat people here in Hershey, Pennsylvania? And she said, what? I said, smelling that chocolate 24 hours a day, I figured it'd be a whole lot of people. Yeah, I watched MASH. MASH was on earlier today. I love watching Colonel Potter and Radar, especially when Radar got Potter a horse. Klinger, I kind of love. You know, they had people like him in the service. Oh, I forgot too. I'm single too. I forgot to mention that. And okay, thank you, all you people who subscribe. Thank you for the hearts. Matthew, I just subscribed to you. Now you got 2 subscribers. Oh, Matthew, I love that kitty cat. That's a pretty kitty cat. You know, I'm thinking it's a gray kitty cat. You know, I did have one like him. And he was a good tomcat. You know, that's when I lived. Okay, thank you, Jessica. Hello, official. Welcome back again, my friend. And I had one like you there, Matthew. His name was Blue Boy. You people are going to think I'm crazy. And Blue Boy was an inside tomcat. He'd be sitting there next to my mom. And Mom said, did you hear what Blue Boy said? Like, want to go out? Blue Boy would sit there and say, out, out. You know, I might be crazy, but you're animals, even if you got a dog, cat, what have you got for a pet? They talk to you. I guarantee you, these 5 female cats in here, I don't know if they mouse catchers. I had one female cat, a couple of tomcats that would catch the mice and eat them. Like this one female cat I had. I'd be laying in bed and I feel something crawling up my back. Well, she brought that mouse in here and let me know she caught a mouse. I said, get that mouse off of my bed. I said, I thank you for showing me you're earning your keep. But these cats, I don't know, because I got a mouse, or did have a mouse, that was up in my cabinet. And like I say, I got all the hose plugged up, and I got foam around your sink, but they always find a way to get in your hello 709. You 100% right on the old lady. Thank you for the heart. You know, and I know my outside cats, they eat mice, squirrels, birds, moles. They eat all kinds of stuff outside. Since it's warm and the raccoons are awake right now, and if my outside cats don't eat all the food at supper time, what's left, the raccoon to eat. I hate them stupid raccoons. They're country raccoons. When I lived in Charlestown, them raccoons would come up. Oh, I got a cat I call Midnight. He's black and white. He's black and white. And his brother is black and white, which is younger, maybe a year or two younger. I call him Captain. His mother is gray and white. I call her Boots because her paws look like, boots. But Boots, every time she has her babies, she don't have them at the house. She has them over the neighbors. Time they get old enough, I had a black cat. Her name was Mama Blackie. She's the mama of LB, Boots, January, Pretty Girl. January and Pretty Girl, I guess, is dead. Either got it by, because I got foxes and coyotes around here. And Jessica 709 lives in Canada. If you want to learn, hello, Nick Kerr, what to be? Hello, my friend, welcome. Thank you for the red hearts. If you want to learn, anybody want to learn about Canada, especially 709, it's 709 concert videos. Go to his YouTube channel. You see some concert videos. You see animals in Canada. And 709, I saw on TV the other day, I don't know where in Canada, I've slept since then. They have a consulate in Canada from the USA. Well, most of my cats around here, about 10 years old. But Mama Blackie, actually, I've been here for 8 years. She died a year ago, December. She probably was 10 to 15 years old when she died. I don't know how old she was. And she came from across the road. Every time she came over, her babies would follow her. Since it's a county road out there, people don't watch for kitty cats. Some of her babies got ran over. So I told Mama Blackie, I said, leave your babies here. You know I'm not going to hurt them. You know I'm going to feed them. I'm going to love them. She left her for her babies out. Mama Blackie's gone, and January and Pretty Girl is all gone. That leaves Mama Blackie only got 2 babies left here. And Mama Blackie's always been the outside cat. So I decided to let her come in, maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time. Then I let her go out. Then I increase it to all night and fed her, showed her where the cat box was, and fed her in the morning time. She would go outside and eat and come back. And one night she came in. She didn't want to go outside the next day because Mama Blackie heard the thunder. She said, well, I'll just stay in here. That way I stay dry and food and get all the extra loving. Then in December, like I say, she been dead a year, December of 25, 1 year. And she went out one day a year ago. She was gone for about 2 days, which is not uncommon for Mama Blackie to stay away for a day or two. She came back about 2, 3 days, and you could tell she wasn't feeling good. She ate some canned cat food, drank a little milk, went into the bathroom, slept in the clothes basket. Then she slept in the bathtub. And John Wayne, he was a yellow tomcat or orange tomcat. Hello there, YouTube detector. Welcome. And I knew Mama Blackie was going to pass away. But John Wayne stayed in the clothes basket with her. When I got up the next morning, she was dead and stiff, and John Wayne stayed right with her. Now, Blackie was a kitty cat. I love kitty cats. I got a whole lot of people on my YouTube channel that loves animals. I love cats. Since my yard is not fenced in, and I would have a dog, but the dogs, it would have to be a puppy and grew up with cats, and the dog would protect the cat. But my yard's not fenced in where I live here in Clark County, Indiana. I talk about everything. I talk about everything on my channel. And I know there's people on here that got kitty cats. They do video of the kitty cats. I've been watching YouTube all day, especially those on about nurses, helicopter pilots, nurses who change their name to work in hospital and all this. And another thing I want you people to do, you all probably don't do that. Thank a nurse for their service. Thank a nurse for their service. Them nurses is first in line when you go to the hospital or a doctor's office. They take all your information. Then the doctor reads it. The nurses is first online. Okay, Jessica, you take it easy where you're at. Take care of those kitty cats you got. Thank you for stopping by. love you all. You people here that watch my videos, you're my family. You're the closest thing I got to a family. And kinfolk, you're the closest thing. I can talk to you, tell you how I feel, what's going on. Because you people, even if you got your YouTube channel, no, I got dip in my mouth. Sometimes I swallow the juice. And anybody that lives here in Indiana, live for water god. I don't need no more water. Don't need no more rain. You people who lives out in the country, you know what I'm going to talk about. Hello, Nick Cat. Hello from Sweden. Welcome. Welcome from Sweden. Oh, there's a kitty cat. Sweden is a good country. I like Sweden. Back when I was younger, you sound a bit confused. Don't you think you too hard? You hurt yourself? No, I'm not that crazy. No, I wouldn't hurt myself. I got too much to live for because God wants me to keep going. I got too much to live for on my budget. I wish I had more money, but I got to live on a budget, people, just like you are. Right now, I'm mad at the United States because that war that we in with Iran, gas prices up $3.69, I think, something like that. I'm glad I don't live in California because it's over $5 a gallon. I couldn't afford to go nowhere if I lived in California. But my son, he does more research on his computer and stuff like that. And we don't get our oil here from the United States. We get our oil from other countries, like Iran and other countries. I know in Indiana we got oil wells, but my son explained to me, which I don't know, you people here are smarter than me, that our oil refineries is set up for the oil I got all kinds of people on here. I got haters. I got trolls. Hello, baby yogurt. And the way I'm understanding, I know you people smarter than me up here are oil refinery. Are they set up to refine the oil from the United States? Since we get our oil from other countries, is it heavier or I don't understand it. I'm not an oil rig person. I don't, or work in the oil refinery. Why can't we buy oil here in the United States? Why do we have to support the other countries, making them rich and giving them money to get their military going? and stuff like that. Let's take care of us first. I know what you mean there, Baba Yogurt. That we got people, it's veterans. Our government is failing our veterans. We got some veterans, it's homeless. Because our government has failed them. We got people who's homeless because they had jobs. The jobs that they had, they moved outside of the United States. You know, I don't believe nothing our government tells us. Lies to us. Our government screws the Indians. If you go back in social studies, civics, or whatever they call it, the government always screwed the Indians when they had treaties. Always. And because, you know, I got some Indian blood. That's okay. You know, I take up for the Indians because they always got screwed. And hello, Foxy Daddy. All we need on here now is a foxy lady. Because that's how I met one of my wives. It was in 78, I believe. And I was working at Zero Nights. Welcome. And this good looking lady, she had a shirt on that said Foxy Lady. I was riding around on this dump truck at a racetrack at the Sportstone Speedway in Jeffersonville or Clarksville, whatever city it's in, one of the two. And I said, I bet you are a foxy lady. That's how we met. Then, November of 78, we got married. Hello, Matthew, B6F4M. Welcome. 09. I said 09 by a name like that. I bet you play a bunch of video games. I would love to play some more games. But the computer I got a year ago, people. I got it through Amazon around February the 7th a year ago. And the third party was PC Online. You can look that up in your search engine. And you scroll down to the BBB, you see over 200 complaints how bad PC Online. It was about June. Hi there, my friend. China. Yeah, I think you've been on here before, I believe. And I love that HP computer. It was 1 gigabyte of hard drive. Well, stay in school or get your education, wait until you're about 25, 28 to start a family. Be polite to old people. Yeah, WWE. I miss Hello Guess 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess the favorite movie is Back to the Future. I like Back to the Future. I've watched it so many times. I love Back to the Future. The favorite superstar probably be Hulk Hogan. I love Hulk Hogan. When he passed away last year, I miss Hulk Hogan. I miss Hulk Hogan. But he's up there in heaven with the other wrestlers, Andre the Giant. And he's up there with all them good wrestlers. And what's the other one? I think maybe, Tojo. Tojo, Dick the Bruiser. I've seen Dick the Bruiser. I can't believe he's gone either, 709. Like Dick the Bruiser. I don't know if you all know that, but he was from Indiana. I think Indianapolis, Indiana for a fact. I could be wrong. When I used to go up to Indianapolis to see my real brothers and sisters and my stepdad, we would go to a bar. And Dick the Bruiser was in there. And you know how people said wrestling is fake. I knew what Dick the Bruiser was going to do in the bar. My stepfather said, let's back away. And there was a fight broke loose. That bar in Indianapolis called the police. Said, who's fighting? And they said, Dick the Bruiser and some idiot. Say, call us when it's over with, because they knew who was going to win. I love Dick the Bruiser. And I love Tojo. His bald-headed head, his wooden shoes that he would hit you. I'm going back a whole lot of years. I can't remember his name either. You had what was it, Sergeant Slaughter, I think, and the Keen Lawler, Keen something. You know, I love watching those old TV shows. Like on the weekend, people on the local TV station, I don't remember which one. I like what's bad, Black Sheep, and and there was a TV show during the Vietnam and combat. And about midnight is 12 o'clock high. I like them old TV shows. Oh, he is? Said Hart per skid do heart per I'm not too good on pronouncing names. Well, sometimes I sound like I'm a hillbilly. I'm from the South. You know, I live in Indiana all my life. You know, but I begin to hate Indiana now because last year Indiana passed a law which came in effect in February that before you buy cigarettes or dip or vapor, you have to tell your birthdays. And I think in a way Indiana screwed up because you have to be 21 where I go to get dip. That, you know, like you go to a dollar store or a family dollar store, they scan your driver's license. But the smoke shop I go to, you have to tell them straight out when your birthday is. Here's the thing I don't like, and you all shouldn't like it either. How many people's around you when you tell them your birthday? They know how. They know how old I am. Them people works at the smoke shop knows how old I am. I'm old enough to be their grandpa. That's what makes me mad. And they should have some way to scan your ID instead of asking you. Okay, Sid. Thank you. They should have some way to scan your ID in just like they do at the dollar store, Kroger's, JC store, Family Dollar, any other places like that. I got a few old CDs. I got some old CDs. I got some DVDs in my drawer, but my DVD player broke. But that's okay. Since I got an outside TV antenna, there's a whole bunch of TV shows I can watch local. Since I got internet and a smart TV, I can watch other movies on my TV. Pluto or Hulu or whatever. And but it's up to your younger people. You're smart. I'm thinking of your future, your dad's future, your grandpa's future or your grandma like that. It's up to your younger people to help us old people out. You know, but everything is peaceful. No fighting, no shooting people. Just peaceful, because you're all smart enough to help us older people out. I was watching an video where this young kid was cleaning the snow for this old lady, about 82 years old. And this guy sued this young kid because it was taking money out of his pocket. And this young kid cleaned this old lady's driveway off for free because he's able and young. You know, if I had the equipment, I would help people out. I wouldn't charge them anything. I saw an 8-track outside. I don't know where it came from. And the only thing bad about those 8-tracks, when you put them in an 8-track, it'll play sometime where they splice your 8-track tape, usually pulls apart. It's hard to fix. But you had 8-tracks, then you had cassettes, then you had CDs, then you had DVDs, 45s, 33s, 78 records, which I didn't get. My brother kept them when he kicked me out of the house. I had some Tennessee Ernie Ford, you know, some of the old good music. Thank you for the sexy remarks. Hey, Foxy lady, if you're in here, or you keep asking me, do you love me? Are you willing to spend a night with me? I think, I'm trying to think if I got cassettes around here. I know I got a few CDs. It's Christmas music, or I did have it, but I put it away somewhere, so. And that was the good old days. I had an 8-track back when I was younger, maybe 16. They had a group called Blood Rock. And one of those songs was called DOA, Dead on Arrival. And you heard sirens in it. Especially if you were drinking or smoking marijuana or blood or acid, which I don't do that anymore, but 25 plus years, so. But also, people, remember, keep everything PG on here. No bad words, no hate crimes, no gay stuff. You know, keep it PG, because there is kids on my YouTube channel with their parents and their guardian. So keep everything PG, because my moderators, they can get downright mean. I got some young ones that knows the terms where I don't know it since I'm 70. Okay, that's okay. I'm warning everybody. Keep everything PG because there's ladies on here, there's kids on here with their parents or the guardian. They know I try to keep everything PG, and they let their kids watch it because they know everything how I run my YouTube channel. I know some YouTube channels they cuss, this and that, but here we don't allow it. And that's what I like. I know it's taken me a while to get, my 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours. No, they haven't been on here for about, no, I haven't been on here for about 2 days or so. Yeah, I'm getting there. You done beat me over 1,000 there, 709. Now, we both need to get our watch hours up. I seen a guy that I love him. His Triumphs Beware. He has over, yeah, he was on here earlier. His Triumphs Beware. He has over 500 subscribers, but he has his over 3,000 watch hours. He got great videos, but mine, I'm earning my YouTube channel. I'm earning it. I wish I could do more. I wish I could be on a computer where I can use StreamYard, bring you more videos, and have somebody teach me how to edit and how to have an introduction. Before I go live, it'd be an introduction. But I'm not smart enough. Maybe I could get a girlfriend that could help me out with something like that, but I'm not smart enough to figure it out because when I was young, people, we did not have cell phones. We didn't have computers. That's how come us old people gets taken advantage of. Because we don't know nothing about computers. And thanks to your people, even if you starting out with a YouTube and you're smart on computers, teach us old people about computers. What you going to do with a computer? Are you going to play games on a computer? Tell them at least 1 gigabyte of hard drive. What kind of graphics card? No, crypto. I wish we wasn't in that war in Iran. Look what happened, people, because we in that war with Iran. Gas prices is up. Diesel fuel is up. That means our grocery bill is going up. Our electric bill is going up because of this stupid war. And had an army guy that got killed from Fort Knox, Kentucky. A bunch of soldiers from Fort Knox that got killed in the Iran war. But God doesn't like us to have wars. God wants us to have peace. No fighting. God wants everybody to get along. Make love, not war, as what the old saying used to be. Let's make love, not war, not hate. God don't want us to do that. God wants us to be nice to everybody. God wants us to be polite and help people out. That's what God wants us to be, help each other out. Because there's a whole lot of people needs help out there. I'm one of them. I'm dreading springtime. I got an acre of ground and a push mower. I've told you I done had 4 heart attacks. You people that knows people that you know that has heart attacks or stroke, they're not supposed to push a mower. But with my income, I can't afford to make no payments on a new mower. You know, I know some of you said, well, go to Facebook Marketplace. Here's the problem. One thing, I'm not on Facebook. That when you buy a used lawnmower, is you don't know how long it's going to last. That's how come I want a new riding lawnmower or a zero turn. A zero turn is 60 plus inches. You're looking at over $2,000 for a zero turn riding lawnmower, which I don't have. I can't afford no $300 or $400 a month payment. But God will help me out to do that one way or another. I just keep believing in God. And I don't even have extra money to buy me a Mega Million or a Powerball ticket. I just can't spare the extra money because my bills comes first. You know, it comes first, people. It'll be nice if Kubota or Hustler would donate me a zero turn where I can show you all, but I don't have the subscribers. I don't have the watch hours. You know, if somebody from Hustler, which they got a Scott's Ace hardware store in Scottsburg, Indiana, 6 miles north of me. I would love to have a Hustler zero turn. You know, another thing I like to have, Elon Musk, if you watching this, I like to have Starlink, but I can't afford what you want the startup cost of. And I would have to have what they call unlimited data. That way, my TV and this and that. Also, I would need a computer. Because all I've seen about Starlink where people set it up, they never do videos on Starlink how it's doing when you're talking on YouTube or playing games. You know, I haven't seen any videos like that. Starlink, I would love to have. It would be better than Spectrum Internet because they're stupid. Keep going out. So far, this is what, the second week of the month. It done went out twice this month. Sometimes it goes out 4 times a month. You know, Spectrum TV or Charter, because there's 3 of them. It's all owned by the same people. But I would love to have Starlink, but I can't afford it. It'd be nice if Elon Musk would send me Starlink, unlimited data, and I would need a computer because I don't know how long my iPhone's going to hold out. You know, I don't know how long it's going to hold out. But on a computer, you can show the speed of it. You know, it's faster than Spectrum TV, okay, internet. But I'm nobody. I'm on low income. Got some Cherokee blood in me. Fixed income. Medical problems. You know, this keeps me going. Your people right here on YouTube, you keep me going. You're my family. Maybe not blood family, but your family. Somebody I can talk to. You help me out. I tell you things. You know, it's hard when your family won't come and see you or call you up on the telephone or help you out. Like my blankety blank older brother. He owes me over $90,000, which I would never see. Because way the will was made out, who can afford to buy the house after mom and dad would have to buy the other 2 people out? But since my sister died, he would have to buy my half of the house. He did not do that. No, I don't. Hello, Brian. Sensei. See, hello, Nick. Welcome. You know, if I had a computer, there's some games I would love to play. There's the one I've seen MG Law play and Megan play and a few others. They call it the Truck Driver Simulator. I would love to play that game. There's other games I like to play, but I don't have a computer. You know, that Truck Driver Simulator, I love it. I get watching Megan Fox. I think the Umbrella guy plays it, and MG Law. And Megan Fox, every time she gets behind her 18-wheeler in the game, she wrecks quite a bit. I love watching that MG Law when he plays it. He's pretty good playing. MG Law, he is a lawyer. Yep, that's what I was told. You set up with the steering wheel, but some of them I've seen they got like a gear shift or the brake pedals or something. I don't know. It's hard for an old man to take all that input into a CPU. But one day, with God's will, people, I would make it. I would make it one day. I don't know when. Then there's some maybe combat things, I like to play. Sharpshooter games where you're in the army and you're a sniper, stuff like that. Or maybe flying a Apache helicopter. That's what I would like to do, but that gives me something to do, people. Elmer Fudd. Yeah, he's a good cartoon character. And I hope none of you know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. I hope nobody superstitious on Friday the 13th. If I was driving and I see a black cat cross the road, I'd just stop. But I love black kitty cats. Black is beautiful. All animals is beautiful. I can't wait until about May or June. I'm thinking probably around May or June. I put my hummingbird feeder out. And I get to watch my hummingbirds. I love them hummingbirds, people. They're like, how a helicopter can go up, down, sideways, and back. That's like a hummingbird. I only got one hummingbird feeder that I put up during the summer, but it's fun watching them hummingbirds. And I got this one. It's some kind of bird. It showed up this week. It's black, and on the side it's either got an orange or red spot on its side. I don't know what kind of bird that is, but he's the first one I've saw this year. And maybe it would be back. But when it gets warm, I take my bird feeder down because, they be out there eating bugs and mosquitoes and stuff like that. They don't need bird seed, only during the wintertime. But people, when I had snow, them birds about to eat me out of house and home. Every 3 days, I had to fill it up. And it got to be expensive, but I learned from my dad that, I had to feed the birds. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I've been on here an hour over an hour, 2 hours. So I want to thank you, beautiful people, for joining me tonight. Hey, mate, you cotton from the king of the hill. Hey, Cody back. You live over in England. You live in England. I'm looking for somebody in England from a town they call, let's see, Char Mouth, England. Charlemouth, Char Mouth in England. Oh, New Zealand. Okay. Because I went to the funeral home Sunday, see a friend of mine. His brother Butch, he couldn't make it to his brother's funeral because he was sick. He lived in that Charlemouth, England. And I watched quite a few videos the other day where Butch lives there in England. I think they got 2 pubs and some beaches, some nice homes. I think on the beaches is a bunch of seashells. You know, because Butch been over in England for 40 plus years. Last time I saw him, he just got married. Then I found out Sunday when I went to his brother's funeral home, but got a divorce. I got 2 nieces that lives somewhere in the UK. Where in the UK, I don't know. The oldest niece is Brandy DeRue. She's probably in her 30s. And her baby sister's probably in her 20s. There goes an LP truck, gas truck. Must fill up the big LP tank that the company goes back. I think they got 2 of those great big LP tanks sitting on the property kind of west of me. What, Margaret? What? Go take a cold shower. I don't want no big ladies. No, I don't want no big ladies. I'd rather have my lady skinny side. Who had watched Magnum on TV? The new Magnum. Like Higgins, the lady Higgins. Like him to look like Higgins. You know, that good looking lady on Magnum PI. You know, look kind of like her. No watermelons, no cantaloupe. Tennis balls, softballs, or eggs is okay. Because ladies, I know God made you perfect. They got watermelons. But my past experience, I'm thinking of my health problems. Not supposed to get upset. Those ladies that got watermelons, they complain of their back hurting. That would upset me. And I don't want to get upset, people, because I want to live. I want to live to be over 100 years old. My mom was 101 when she passed away back in 17. I want to live to be over 100. So it's time for me to get off here since it's getting close to 11 o'clock. The news is getting ready to come on. Got to see what the weather's going to do. And so, people, I'll catch you later. Thank you, Ian Hawks. Catch y'all later. See y'all the next time.